This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Time now is 4:27 here on your Thursday morning. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Nicole Griffin. There are several developments overnight with the coronavirus, but we first want to start with some of the developments impacting sporting events.
Yes, the Big Ten tournament. People were at the games last night here in Indianapolis, but any games here in the near future, they are not going to have fans. Obviously, families will be allowed. Some select staff from those schools will be there, but those seats will be empty. The NBA also being impacted. And there is now a very famous face associated with the coronavirus.
Yeah, we learned overnight that Tom Hanks and his wife, Rita Wilson, have been diagnosed with the coronavirus. He was in Australia shooting a movie, so that is big news that happened overnight as well.
And finally, there is a travel ban to the U.S. from Europe for the next 30 days. The president making this announcement late last night during prime time. We'll have more on exactly what countries this covers, how this could impact you if you have travel plans here in the next month or so, and what people are going to be doing about that, because obviously that is not an inexpensive situation to be in. We also want to take a look at what schools here in central Indiana are doing locally. We've seen another number of colleges and universities say we're taking classes online, but now local school districts and parents there are saying we want our kids to be taking classes online as well, and that includes Carmel Clay schools.
Yeah, they started a petition online asking the district to allow students to have e-learning days. And another school that we are taking a look at that is taking major precautions, Park Tudor, is closing school for about a month.
So we'll have more on that and what those closures mean for parents and their students. We're going to bring in Alyssa Donovan now for a check at our Thursday forecast. Yesterday was kind of gray, kind of chilly, just not a good day. Are we going to take a turn here today, or is it going to be more of the same?
You know, it's going to be more of the same today, unfortunately. Our temperatures are going to warm a little bit more than yesterday. We're going to be into the mid-60s, and by this afternoon, we have a chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm in there or two as well. Some of those have the potential of becoming strong. We are under a marginal risk of some strong to severe storms across central Indiana, but highs today will be into the mid-60s, and of course we'll keep an eye on that for you. But it's a good day to get that Storm Shield app downloaded on your phone in case we do see any of those strong thunderstorms moving through the area.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. And finally, in our Hiring Hoosiers today, we are going to head to the Pendleton Correctional Facility. They host a career fair almost every month because they have so many vacancies to fill. Our Kelsey Anderson is going to look into what jobs they are hiring for and whether or not you would be eligible. We've got that plus much more coming up here to start your Thursday.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Fans will no longer be sitting in the stands this March Madness. The changes the NCAA and other sports organizations are making against the coronavirus.
And President Trump taking charge of travel because of COVID-19, the new restrictions and relief measures he is now putting in place.
Plus, with sanitizing products in high-demand, stores are now rationing them. What companies like Target and Walmart are doing to limit what customers can buy. 4:30 here on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Nicole Griffin in for Lauren Casey. Storm Team 6's Alyssa Donovan joining us now. Alyssa, I know on my drive-in from Fishers this morning, the roads are wet, but it wasn't raining.
Yeah, so it's a little bit damp outside this morning, and we're really going to see that in the form of some fog to start our day. And then we do have some chances of showers coming in this afternoon. Potential of some thunderstorms this afternoon as well. It is getting into severe weather season here in central Indiana. Temperatures right now in the 40s across the area, so just a smidge warmer than we started yesterday, but still a bit of a chill in the air. And as I said, we are developing just a little bit of that patchy fog across the area. We're down to just 3 miles of visibility in Muncie, 5 miles of visibility right now in Indianapolis. Potential of that to continue to develop yet this morning. Besides that, starting with partly to mostly cloudy skies across central Indiana this morning. As we head through the afternoon, we'll continue to see that cloud coverage, and then we do have this system just off to to our west right now. That's continuing to move towards Indiana. That's going to bring us that potential of some convection this afternoon, which is why we could see some strong to severe storms moving through the area today. Some of us, though, likely just going to see those showers this afternoon. Highs today will be into the mid-60s. I'll have more details coming up in the full forecast.
Alyssa, thank you. We're taking a live look right now at I-65 south of 38th Street. You can see some emergency vehicle lights out there. That is due to a vehicle fire. They are working on getting that all cleaned up and cleared before rush hour gets underway. We'll take a turn now and look at I-465 at Sam Jones Expressway. As you can see, traffic in this area moving along just fine. No other issues to report. Many events across the world are being put on hold because of the coronavirus or COVID-19.
Yeah, sports seasons and tournaments here in the U.S. also taking a big hit. The NBA announced last night the league is suspending its season under further notice. And the NCAA making the decision to remove fans from both men's and women's basketball tournament games. As of now, March Madness games will still go on, including some here in Indianapolis, but the stands will be empty. The NCAA tournament games will be only open to teams and their staff. A limited number of immediate family and credentialed media will be allowed in the tournament. Starts with the first 4 games in Dayton on Tuesday. Indy is hosting the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 round.
That announcement came just before similar changes were made to the Big Ten tournament at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. It kicked off last night downtown. More than 10,000 fans were allowed to watch the tournament's first 2 games last night, but that will not be the case for the rest of the weekend. The coming games will have the same limited access, only allowing teams, staff, family, and media. Fans did get to watch the Hoosiers win last night against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. After the game, head coach Archie Miller weighed in about playing in empty arenas moving forward.
Grind it out and you get to this point of the season. It's the most special time for our young guys. It's the most special time for obviously the fans. And to get here with this happening obviously is a little unfortunate. So I think we're all crossing our fingers and we're hoping for the best, which is allowing us to continue to play. But like I said, when experts speak up, you better listen.
The NCAA says fans that order tickets from official championship vendors will be given a refund. The Big Ten is also refunding tickets and says fans should contact Ticketmaster or their university box office.
We also checked in with the IHSAA about this weekend's boys basketball regional games. The association says they will go on as scheduled unless the governor or state health department decide otherwise. Same goes for the gymnastics state finals.
With the changes to the basketball tournaments, local businesses say they will probably lose customers who decide to no longer come to the events. In downtown, a sign posted outside South Bend Chocolate Company welcomes Big Ten tournament fans into the store. They're trying to stay optimistic, hoping fans stick around despite not being able to attend the games.
People who have tickets, people who have probably flown from out of town, what else are they going to do? They're going to walk around, explore the city maybe.
South Bend Chocolate Company says they are also taking precautions to prevent the spread of coronavirus by continuing to sanitize and keep the store clean.
11 cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in Indiana. The latest cases were confirmed in Johnson, Howard, and St. Joseph counties. As more are reported, universities are suspending classes. The University of Notre Dame, Ball State, and the University of Indianapolis are the latest to cancel in-person classes and replace them with online instruction. That will be in effect for Notre Dame through at least April 13th. Ball State says classes will be suspended through the end of the semester. UIndy is extending its spring break and is also moving classes online until further notice. IU and Purdue have already announced they are suspending in-person classes as well.
Thousands more cases of COVID-19 continue to spread throughout the U.S. and the world. The president addressing the nation last night, doubling down with new travel restrictions. He's also working with lawmakers to provide medical relief and financial aid to Americans in need. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest on the emergency efforts from Washington, D.C.
A country in crisis.
I have decided to take several strong but necessary actions to protect the health and well-being of all Americans.
Here in the U.S. and around the world, coronavirus now a global pandemic, the first in a decade, according to the World Health Organization. The death toll at home and abroad rising. President Trump addressing the nation, instituting more sweeping travel restrictions. Flights from Europe to the United States banned for the next 30 days with few exceptions.
Anything coming from Europe to the United States is what we are discussing.
As more Americans in desperate need of COVID-19 testing and supplies, Trump announcing insurance companies will waive all co-payments for coronavirus treatments. The White House also promising to take emergency action to give workers financial relief, including deferring tax payments for people and businesses. He also called on Congress to offer a payroll tax cut. This as a new warning from top health officials on the speed of the spread.
Which means it is 10 times more lethal than the seasonal flu. I think that's something that people can get their arms around and understand.
And now the State Department advising all U.S. citizens to reconsider all travel abroad. And as for President Trump's payroll tax proposal, that has strong opposition from both parties on Capitol Hill. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
Andrew, thank you. Oscar award-winning actor Tom Hanks says he and his wife Rita Wilson have tested positive for the coronavirus. They were in Australia for Hanks to begin shooting a movie there about the life of Elvis Presley. In a Twitter post, Hanks described their symptoms as similar to a cold with some body aches. He says they will stay isolated as long as public health and safety requires. Both Hanks and Wilson are 63 years old.
As people try to protect themselves from the virus, stores are running low on sanitizing products. Many stores, including Target and Walmart, are now placing limits on the number of hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes you can buy. Target says it is limiting customers to 6 containers of wipes and hand sanitizers per person, while Walmart is telling store managers to ration their inventory. Experts say the limits should have started earlier to prevent price gouging and hoarding.
A reminder, the CDC identifies the symptoms of coronavirus as fever, cough, and shortness of breath. The agency says the symptoms may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure and to call your doctor if you develop symptoms. There are ways you can protect yourself. The CDC says wash your hands with soap and water and scrub for at least 20 seconds, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, and stay home when you are feeling sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces using a regular household cleaning spray or wipes. And with so much information out there, we want to help you and your family navigate the coronavirus. You can find the very latest information anytime on our website, theindychannel.com/coronavirus.
The 2020 legislative session is now over. Coming up, what lawmakers decided on the controversial proposal to overrule efforts that help Indianapolis renters.
And the Indianapolis airport is opening new businesses in its concourses. Still ahead, the newest store you might be surprised to find inside. Alyssa.
And we're starting fairly quiet this morning. A little bit of patchy fog across the area. Rain chances ramp up today. Also the potential of some thunderstorms. All of the details coming up.
Hiring Hoosiers only on RTV6.
Welcome back. Time now is 4:42. We're taking a live look at I-65 south of 38th Street. There is a vehicle fire right now in the right lane that has caused it to close. Emergency crews are out there getting that taken care of. But if you're headed out the door in a few moments and headed this way, just be prepared that that activity is going on. They are quickly working to get that cleaned up.
40 years in prison, that's the sentence for a 16-year-old Indianapolis boy accused of killing a brother and sister on the northeast side. Demetrius Sanders agreed to a plea deal in the murder of 16-year-old Nicholas Nelson and 15-year-old Ashlyn Nelson. The teens were shot to death in their apartment near 42nd and Post last August. Sanders is also ordered to serve 5 years on home detention.
A Wisconsin man has been sentenced to 54 years in prison for the 2018 hit-and-run crash that killed 3 Girl Scouts. Police say Colton True was huffing chemical fumes before his truck plowed into a Girl Scout troop cleaning up near the highway. The mom of one of those Girl Scouts was also killed. He was found guilty on multiple charges, including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. True will be on extended supervision for 45 years after his release.
Tennessee investigators confirmed that the remains found in an outbuilding last week are 15-year-old Evelyn Boswell. Authorities did not say how the toddler died. Evelyn was last seen in December but wasn't reported missing until February when an Amber Alert was issued. Authorities say hundreds of tips eventually led them to the property owned by the little girl's family. Since then, her mother and grandmother have both been arrested but not charged in her death.
Indiana lawmakers have cast their final votes for the 2020 legislative session. One measure approved last night would take away the city of Indianapolis's ability to better regulate the relationship between a landlord and a tenant. If Governor Holcomb signs it into law, Senate Bill 148 would nullify two recently passed Indianapolis ordinances that require landlords to give tenants a notice of their rights and responsibilities and sets aside $250,000 to help give tenants legal aid. The bill would also prohibit local units of government from regulating several aspects of a landlord-tenant relationship, including security deposits, leasing terms and conditions, and any fees charged by a landlord. For more information on how this bill could impact you and reaction from the mayor and industry advocates, you can go to theindychannel.com and click on this story.
Important census documents will begin showing up in Marion County mailboxes today. They are invitations to participate in the 2020 census. The Census Bureau conducts this count every 10 years. It helps determine things like representation in Congress and funding for local schools, roads, and other public services. The mailed invitation will include instructions for how to respond to the 2020 census online or by phone. And for the first time, the census is available online to all households.
On Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives voted to reauthorize a key surveillance law and make some changes. Lawmakers from both parties voted to continue the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance, or FISA Act. They did make some adjustments to improve privacy protections, including a ban on collecting Americans' GPS and cell location data. The government will also not be allowed to keep the material it collects for more than 5 years. The law and its changes still have to be approved by the Senate. Here at 4:46, let's get a check of our weather with Alyssa Donovan.
And we are starting this morning a little bit warmer than how we started yesterday. Yesterday we were in the upper 30s. Today we are into the mid 40s to start our day, and we'll continue that climb. We'll be into the low 60s this afternoon. Right now it's 44 degrees in Indianapolis. Those winds fairly light out of the south. Bloomington at 42, 41 in Kokomo. We're starting with cloudy skies this morning across central Indiana, and we're going to continue to see that cloud coverage as we head into the afternoon today. So here's a look at TrueCast. This morning we are going to see that cloud coverage, and then we do have an approaching system that's coming in from the west. What that's going to do is bring us the potential of some scattered showers throughout the day, also the possibility of a thunderstorm or two. Most of that activity expected to be right across central Indiana, and then areas to the south. Really mainly to the south is where we're expecting any strong to severe storms. Indianapolis is under a marginal risk today for that storm chance. Looking at TrueCast, though, you can see those chances of showers really come in this afternoon and evening, and then they are going to clear out overnight. By tomorrow, we are going to see drier conditions build in, and a cold front is going to move through, taking our temperatures down. But I want to show you that storm threat for today. You can see we do have that stronger risk extremely south of Indianapolis as we head into the afternoon. That's mainly across mid-Tennessee and mid-Mississippi, the Tennessee Valley there. And then here in southern Indiana, we are seeing that slight risk of some strong storms, and we are under a marginal risk really from a line of Indianapolis and to the south of us. Potential of some storms producing some strong situations in terms of the capability of a tornado, possibly some hail, and also some damaging winds. And of course, we'll keep an eye on that for you. Good day to download that Storm Shield app, just so you are aware if we do see some of those stronger storms moving through today. A lot of us, though, likely just going to see some scattered showers this afternoon, but just want to let you know we do have that possibility. As that system moves through, we're going to see a cold front coming in after it. So tomorrow morning, going to start a little bit cooler with those temperatures in the 30s across the area. area. Tomorrow, our highs are going to drop off a little bit. We'll only be into the 40s. Today, we are going to be in the low 60s this afternoon, so above average with those temperatures. Usually, we're still in the upper 40s, so tomorrow we'll be closer to average. Cloudy skies to start today. Could see some patchy fog out there just this morning developing, and then we are going to stay above average with those showers coming in this afternoon and evening. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast tomorrow, temperatures drop off a little bit, and then we are a little bit cooler on Saturday. A chance of rain showers moving in on Saturday as well. Tomorrow will be a little bit of a break between systems, and then we'll start to climb back up as we head into next week. Those temperatures back into the low 60s by Tuesday with more chances of showers in the forecast.
Alyssa, thank you. It's 4:49. Let's take a live look outside as you head in for your morning commute. This is I-70 at Sherman Drive. You can see there is a stalled vehicle there in that right lane, so make sure to get over and give that vehicle plenty of room in that area. Now we want to take another live look at one of our INDOT traffic cameras. This is I-65 south of 38th Street. There is a vehicle fire in this area. INDOT tweeting just about 11 minutes ago that those right lanes will be closed for about 2 hours due to that fire. So just be aware of that as you head out the door.
On the west side, Indianapolis International Airport is celebrating a new business. MAC Cosmetics officially opened its new location in Concourse B. So why would a high-end makeup company want a store inside an airport?
We think that our consumer that travels through the Indianapolis airport will be excited. I call it surprise and delight, where they don't expect to experience this concept, but when they do, sometimes it's their first interaction with the brand, and they walk away with a lasting experience about MAC as well as the airport.
The new location is part of a concessions refresh program at Indianapolis International Airport, which includes bringing in 15 new businesses.
Pepsi is adding a new energy drink to its line of carbonated beverages. The company announced it is buying Rockstar for $3.8 billion. The move expands Pepsi's footprint in the energy drink market. It already has Mountain Dew brand Kickstart, Game Fuel, and AMP. The deal is expected to close within the next few months.
The Fab Five is heading to Texas. Netflix has renewed the reality show Queer Eye for a 6th season set in Austin. The show follows 5 makeover experts here as they travel all over the country to give make-betters to deserving people. Previous seasons were set in Atlanta and Missouri. The upcoming 5th season, debuting this summer, was filmed in Philadelphia last year.
Pop star Lady Gaga has millions of fans, Grammy Awards, and now an insect named after her. It's called the Kakaya Gaga. It is the newly identified species of treehopper, which is a little-known insect group that lives in most forests. The K. Gaga is native to the Pacific coast of Nicaragua. The graduate student who discovered and named the new insect says its crazy horns and wacky fashion sense led him to the name. Lady Gaga has yet to comment on her new namesake. A couple in New Hampshire found something more interesting than seashells during a walk on the beach. After the break, the strange discovery they made and their new mission to find who it belongs to.
They love it when they can see their backyard. They're fed up with the flooding, but what's happening over there makes matters worse. That story at 6 a.m. when I join Lauren and Meredith on Good Morning, Indiana.
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, our continuing coverage of the dating app murder trial. Adam Hilaire was shot and killed, and the man responsible, according to prosecutors on trial, it's a death penalty case. However, so far, prosecutors have not been able to put the gun in the defendant's hand. Adam Hilaire, a single dad, went on a dating app with a young woman. That young woman, apparently, according to prosecutors, set him up. But she now is scheduled to testify today. That's all coming up right here on Court TV.
Vinny, thanks. Don't forget you can watch Court TV live on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. We'll be right back.
Plus, 12 months, no payments or interest.
A New Hampshire couple is looking for answers after finding an interesting item on the beach. Ellen Capello says she was on a sunrise walk on Hampton Beach when she spotted a box on the shore. When she got closer, she noticed it was an urn that had Grandma written on it. She then bagged it up and called police. Capello and her husband are now taking their story to social media, hoping to reunite the urn with its family. Very interesting. Hopefully they track them down. All right, here at 4:56, at our weather today, not going to be a walk on the beach, unfortunately.
I think you can walk on it this morning, but by this afternoon, you're probably going to want to go inside. It's going to be a start to our day that's pretty calm. We'll see some patchy fog this morning. By this afternoon, rain showers moving in across the area. Possibility of some thunderstorms as well, mainly from Indianapolis and areas to the south. 60 degrees for our daytime high tomorrow. A little bit cooler and drier, mostly sunny skies for Friday. More chances of rain throughout the 7-day forecast.